Hello Stampers! It is Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada. And thanks for joining me today for another video tutorial. And surprise, I am going to be using the Hills of Tuscany. Yes, again. This might be the last project I'm going to share with you using this stamp set. It is a standalone stamp set in the mini catalog, that January to April 2024 mini catalog. It's standalone. I don't think it's getting a lot of love. I love it, and I just want to share with you some ideas on ways that you can use it. So let's get started, and as always, my goal is to inspire you. So this is this card we're going to be making, a really simple, one of those thinking of you type cards. And actually we are going to be using which one am I going to use? I think I'm going to use just can't thank you enough on the inside of the card. But we're going to be using every stamp that's in the set. Other than the sentiments, on this card, we are going to be using all of these stamps. I love when I can use every stamp in a set. We are going to be building all of this design element on a piece of a matte layer. That matte layer is a 5 1/4 by 4. And I am going to bring out some of my colors. I have Pool Party, Mossy Meadow, Daffodil Delight, Basic Gray, Copper Clay, and Lost Lagoon. Those are the colors that we'll be using today. I'm going to start off with my Pool Party. And I'm looking for a scrap piece of paper. There we go. I just wanted a scrap piece of paper that I can stamp on here so that I don't get my nice clean grid paper dirty. You know how we are when we use a clean piece of grid paper. I try to protect it as long as possible. All right, so I am going to start off with the sky here, and I'm using this large stamp, and I am going to ink up the Pool Party. Let me just break it off. Okay, so I just wanted to know if I stamped off first. I don't think I did. I made this card a while ago, but I'm just getting the video done now. Okay, and I'm just going to put some sky up here, like that. And that's done. And we have one more thing to do with the Pool Party as well. I have die cut out in the stylish shape dies, and I used the second largest one, so this one here. And I'm going to take what I'm going to call the cloud. And while I've got the Pool Party out, I'm just going to put a cloud to the side like that. All right, so that's done. And we can put the Pool Party ink away. What did I do next? Okay, so now I'm going to bring out my Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to start building this hill here. And I'm going to start off with the largest stamp, the hill stamp. And I am going to lightly stamp off, I think. And I'm going to put this down here like that. Remember, it doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way over. Oh, maybe I didn't share with you, because we have a piece of Designer Series paper that's going to go there. So if it doesn't go all the way over to the left, not to fret. And I have a little bit extra down here, so it's okay. I'm just going to go and stamp flush. And now I have two hills. See, I've got two hills, and it just covered the area that I missed before. There's no right or wrong with this builder type of stamp. And I'm going to take this sort of mountain range stamp, and I'm just going to lay it flush on top like that. I'm going to take this stamp, which is another sort of hill type stamp, and I'm going to flatten out the top a little bit like that. And no two will ever look the same. And I think that's it for that. But while I've got the Lost Lagoon out, I will continue doing something similar on here, but I'm not going to use the large one. Oh, maybe I will use the large one to start off with. I'm only going to ink up part of it and put the hill like that. This is a bigger hill. This is a bigger hill than this one. And now I've got the small one, and I am going to flatten it out a bit like that, and just put another hill there. And you know, I might leave that. No, I need to flatten it out a little bit because I want room for the house. So I'm going to take this one. You can see it. This is not scientific at all, guys. And I'm just going to put that hill like that. I've got some white space showing, which I don't want. So I am going to take this one again and just fill in that white space. Oh, there's still some white space at the bottom. There we go. There we go. And I've got rolling hills now. All right, so now I'm done with the Lost Lagoon. I am going to bring in copper clay, and I want to place the house down. And my copper clay. Yeah. And I'm going to put the house like this. And I have some pebbled path like that. Like that. I'm not sure actually when I look at it if I used copper clay on that one, but it's okay. And now I've got basic gray, and I'm going to put the roof on this house. Oops. I should have put it on a larger block. I put it sideways on this block. I didn't want to break out to other blocks, so it's not straight on here. Make sure my head's not in the way. Photopolymer lets you line up everything perfectly well. And now, last but not least, we have the mossy meadow. On here, I am going to put 3 trees. Oops, didn't stick them on my block really well. There we go. 3 trees like that. Except I have in the middle, I've got extra over spray of ink. So just give me 1 sec while I clean my block off. There we go. And now I'm going to use the 1, 2, 5 trees. And put it down like that. Okay, now 5 trees. All right. Oh, last but not least, I almost forgot. We have the sunshine. And I'm using Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to put the sunshine right there. Okay, now as easy as that, I am going to layer this on top. This is from the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper, which is free in Celebration. I actually had mounted this, that's why it's white on the back. I had mounted this on basic white in error, and I didn't want to cut a new piece, so I've just cut it off, so that's why it's white on the back, but there is a pattern. I'll show you the pattern. That's the pattern that's on the back, so ignore that. I just didn't want to waste this piece of paper, so I cut it off of something that I had put on in error. All right, and now I have my linen thread, and I'm going to wrap it around twice. I am going to put the knot in the front. The knot is going to get covered by the Stylish Shapes, so that's okay. So I just wanted texture and nothing more, just texture on the front of on this card. I finally got a new chair, folks. So no squeaking. No squeaking. Nothing. I'm twisting and I got no squeaking. Made a trip to the dump yesterday. Got rid of, oh, not just the old chair, but the old chair, old carpet, which was a wool carpet. It was beautiful, but it was going to cost me a fortune to get cleaned. And it was like, oh, forget this. And then one thing that I did here, and you can see it really lightly, like here, I have an old marker. You can use any type of marker that you have. This one is an old brown marker. It's a Stampin' Right marker. You can use whatever color you have. This one is a brownish color. And I should have done this ahead of time. So again, I'm just going to fold this over like that. I don't want the splatter on this part, right? So I just want the splatter here. And I'm just going to take, I keep my old markers to do this with retired colors, and you'll see where it's just, I've just splattered it like that. And it just gives you sort of speckled. All right. And now we are going to adhere this to the front of the card. Get over that hump of the linen thread. And this is going to get flush like this. And making sure that I put adhesive, the linen thread is underneath, and really secure it down. And then we are going to pop this up like that with some dimensionals. I'm going to try and straddle the dimensionals around this, like that. Yeah, I'm going to move this one over a bit like that. And I am going to put a sentiment on this one. I did not on the other, but I will put a sentiment on this one. Like there, so there it is. I'm going to put one more dimensional right here. Okay, so there's the card, easy peasy. And then on the inside, I'm just going to put, I just can't thank you enough. And I didn't mount that one. And you know, I'm thinking here, do I put it on a piece of scrap piece and put it up here? Or, you know, I'm just going to put it on the inside. And what color do I want to use? What color? I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. Bring that color from the outside in. Like that. There we go. I just can't thank you enough. So a really simple card using the Hills of Tuscany. And you will notice that this is the third card that I've done. Let me get rid of this mucky paper now. This is the third card that I have done using the Hills of Tuscany. And not only is the stamp set in common, but also the designer series paper. So there is another Hills of Tuscany where I brought in that designer series paper. And then here's what kicked it all off, using the designer series paper. And then I used the cutout from here on this card, and then I used another piece on this card. 3 cards using Hills of Tuscany and 3 different cards. So I hope that this has inspired you to use the Hills of Tuscany. Would be great on the note cards as well. I haven't used it on the note cards, but it would be great to do a note card set, a package, really pretty package set using the Hills of Tuscany. All right, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you following me, liking me, commenting, and encourage me to keep me going. Happy stamping.